lesson, this is a tree diagram. So tree diagram is a diagram in which help us uh, which help us in writing the sample space of combined events. So this is the another diagram. We have already done one diagram, which is a possibility diagram. So possibility diagram also help us in writing the sample space of combined events, and tree diagram did the same thing, but tree diagram has more application than the possibility diagram. So in tree diagram, we connect all the sample spaces by branches. That's why these one is called tree diagram. So it looks like a tree our tree is expanding its branches. So the red one is on your screen is showing the sample space of first event. So what you do that if you have two events, so you just write all the possible outcomes of first event in first column in red oval, in red circle, which is shown in on your screen, and then before every outcome you write the sample space of second event. If there are two outcomes in the first sample space, then you write the sample space of second event twice. If there are three outcomes in first sample space, then you write second sample space three times. If there are five outcomes in first sample space, then you will write sample space of second event five times. So in tree diagram, you write the sample space of second events before every outcome of first sample space of first event. Yes, it will be clear when we draw our tree diagram. So the thing which needs to be remembered right now that in tree diagram you just write the sample space of first event here only once, and sample space of second event here before every outcome of sample space of first event. Okay, now we are taking an example. For example, a fair coin is spent twice. So in a fair coin, we have only two possibilities. Either it could be a head or a tail. So when first time it is spin, then there are two possibilities, head and tail. So this is the sample space of first event. Any confusion with this one? Now we are again tossing the coin. That will be our second event. And we are going to write the sample space of second event before every outcome of first event. So there are two outcomes, head and tail. So we are going to write sample space of second event twice, like this one. So sample space of second event will be written before head and tail separately. Okay, now the possible outcomes will be, for the first case, for this one, our first possible outcome is head and head, means that both times we are getting head. And for the second one, the possible outcome is head and tail. For this one, the possible outcome is tail and head, and for this one, the possible outcome is tail and tail. Now, any confusion with these possible outcomes? So there are four combinations or there are four outcomes of this combined sample space: head head, head tail, tail head, and tail tail. Just take the example of this one. There are 10 color beads in a bag, and we have three colors. red color, blue colors, and green colors. So 3 beads are of red, 2 are blue, and 5 are green. Any confusion with this one? Now we are going to pick one bead out of the bag. This is our first event. So the sample space can be drawn this way. So for the first sample space, there are 4 possibilities: red, blue, and green. Any confusion with this? Umama, this, is it clear now? Javeria, Maz, Khadija. Any confusion with this? Whatever you can see on the screen. Okay, so in the first sample space, we have 3 outcomes. Now, when we pick first time, when we pick the bead out of the bag, and then after note down the color, we put the bead back to the bag. Again, we have 10 beads in the bag, and then we are going to draw the second bead second time. So that will be our second event. Now the sample space of the second event will be drawn before each outcome of first sample space. So in the first sample space, we have 3 outcomes: this one, this one, this one, and this one. So in the first sample space, we have 3 outcomes, and we are going to draw the sample space of second event before every outcomes. Means we are going to write the sample space of second event 3 times. So the sample space of second draw will be this. Now the second time, the sample space of second draw will also be red, blue, and green, because we have the same bag, same number of beads, and same color. So that's why the sample space is same, but the sample space of second event will be written thrice before every outcome of first sample space. Now, any confusion with this tree diagram? Umama, is it clear now? Am I audible to you all? Okay, that's good, Umama. Khadija, Maz, you are not responding. Sadika, Shifa, is this tree diagram clear? That's good. So the possibilities will be, for the first one it's red and red, for the second one it's red and blue, for the third one it's red and green, then blue and red, blue and blue, blue and green, green and red, green and blue, green and green. Any confusion with these all possibilities? Good, Aisha. So this one is the list of sample space of combined event. Okay, tree diagrams ends here. So the list of sample space is not required. So when it is asked you to draw the tree diagram, then you will draw till there, till the black line. This one. Okay, normally in the exams, tree diagram is given. We just need to complete the tree diagram. An incomplete tree diagram is given, and we have to complete the tree diagram and write the probabilities on the tree diagram, on the branches of tree diagram. Okay, let's try this one. Yesterday we left this, we did this one, but without using the tree diagram. This is question number 18 of exercise 8A. In part B, we were supposed to write all the possible outcomes by using a tree diagram. So now you all are going to try this one. The outcomes are 1, 2, 3, 4, and you are rolling this die and tossing a coin. So draw the possible outcomes, draw the tree diagram for writing all the possible outcomes of this. You have 2 minutes for this. Okay, right, Aisha. Okay, let's do it together. So this is the sample space of first event, a tetrahedron die, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the sample space of second event, now any confusion with this tree diagram? And these all are the possible outcomes. Okay, now multiplication law of probability. So yesterday we did the addition law. Now this time we are going to do the multiplication law. So probability of 2 events together is equal to the product of the individual probabilities. For example, if we are writing that probability of A and B, these both should be happen, then it will be the probability, it will be the product of the probability of A and B. So in A or B means that either A happens or B happens. So both are not going to be happen, only one will be there. And that's why we said that that both events must be mutually exclusive. Now here we are saying that A and B, so it means that both should be happen. Okay, any confusion with this one? So whenever we see that it is written that probability of first event and second event. So whenever we see the word and, so we always apply the multiplication of probabilities. And whenever we see the word or, means A or B, then we use the addition. So for the or, for the addition of probabilities, A and B must be mutually exclusive. And the difference between or and A is that in or, only one event must be happen, and the second should not be. But in and, both events should be happen. Yes, they should not be mutually exclusive. If they are mutually exclusive, then then the multiplication could not be possible. Because for and, these both events must be happen. If I'm saying that probability of A and B, so it means that A and B both must be happen. If only A happened and B could not be happened, or B is not going to be happened, then this would not be the probability of A and B. For example, if a teacher is calling two students out of the class, and he's saying that call Mr. X and Mr. Y, so it means that Mr. X and Mr. Y both should come out. And if teacher is saying that call Mr. X or Mr. Y, so it means that either Mr. X should come out or Mr. Y should come out. Any one of them should come out. So in or, only one event should be happened. That's why for all, the condition of mutually exclusive events will be there. And for multiplication, both should be happened. So mutually exclusive could not be possible for this one. If A and B are mutually exclusive, then then product could not be applied here. The multiplication law could not be applied here. Is it clear with everyone? Okay, now we are going to apply this multiplication law on tree diagram. In case of meeting ends, rejoin by using the same link. Now here we have one example that there are 7 green and 3 yellow marbles. Total there are 10 marbles, and we are going to draw 2 marbles one by one from the bag. We first going to draw first marble, then replace it, and then second marble. Now we are going to draw the tree diagram of this one. So the tree diagram will be this. Any confusion with this tree diagram? Good. Okay, so when first time we are going to draw the marble out of the bag, then we have two choices. Either it is a green marble or it is a blue marble. So this is the sample space of our first event, right? And when we draw the marble second time, then again we have two choices. So the sample space of second event will be written twice, because in the first sample space we have two outcomes. So before every outcome we write the sample space of second outcome, second event. Okay, now this time we are going to write the probability of each outcome before its branch. Like the probability of getting green marble is 7/10, so we write 7/10 here. And the probability of getting yellow marble is 3/10, so we write 3/10 here. and then we did the same thing with the second draw. Any confusion with this one? Now this one is our complete tree diagram, and we are going to find the probability that the first marble is green. So what is the probability of getting first green marble? Right on us. No, Ritika. Maham, what should be the probability of getting first green marble? Right, so we can see clearly that the drawing of first green marble is 7/10, this one. Now the second part, that what is the probability of getting first green and second yellow? Good enough. No mass. Good Suraksha. Rohan. How we are going to find out the probability of first green and second yellow? Yes, Abhi. No, Javidia. 10/10 becomes 100%. It's 1. No, Sadika. Rohan. Can you hear me, Rohan? Yes, Umama. Yes, only one sign is wrong. Otherwise, you got the correct. Only one operation is wrong. Okay, first green and second is yellow. So whenever uh, two events are connected with and, we multiply these two events. So first green and second is yellow. So the probability will be 7/10 multiplied by 3/10. This will be this combination. First green and second yellow, this combination. Right? So 7/10 multiplied by 3/10, which will be equal to 21/100. Now third part, one is green and other is yellow. Now part 2 and part 3 seems same. What is the difference between these two parts? Okay, so in part 2 they specified the order that first must be green and second must be yellow. But in part 3 they did not specify the order, so either first could be a green and second will be a yellow, or first will be a yellow and second will be a green. So for part 3 we have two possibilities. This one, green and yellow, and this one, yellow and green. So we have to consider both possibilities, both orders for part 3. So this will be green and yellow or yellow and green. So 7/10 multiplied by 3/10 plus 3/10 multiplied by 7/10. So the result will be so the result will be 42/100. Okay, now so whenever we have this type of combination, we multiply. This type of combination is when we go in this way. When we go horizontally in this way, we multiply. So here in green and yellow, we are multiplying the probabilities of green and yellow. So here in yellow and green, we are multiplying the probabilities of green and yellow, right? So when we go horizontally, we multiply in the tree diagram. And when we go vertically, then we add. So if two uh, combinations are written here, that as this one is written and this one is written, so either this could be happen or this could be happen. These two cannot be happen at the same time. So if I'm picking two marbles, so either the first one is green and the second one is yellow, or the first one is yellow and the second one is green. Both cannot be happen together. So that's why when vertical arrangement is there, when we are going to solve the vertical probabilities, then we add, and when we are going to solve horizontal probabilities, then this will be multiplied. Any confusion with this one? Okay, that's good. Okay, now two coins are tossed together again. We have already done this diagram, tree diagram. Now we are going to write the probabilities here. So the probability of getting head is half, and the probability of getting tail is half. Any confusion with this one? And the probability of head and head is half multiplied by half, which is 1/4. Probability of head and tail is half multiplied by half, which is 1/4. Then probability of tail and head and tail and tail. So you can see that in all horizontal one, we multiply the probabilities. Okay, is this diagram clear to everyone? Okay, the probability of at least one head. So at least one head means that it could be two heads or it could be one head and one tail. So out of these four combinations, the three combinations will be included. These three. So the probability of head and head, the probability of head and tail, and the probability of tail and head. These three probabilities will be included for at least one head. Any confusion with this one now? And because all these are written in vertical one, all these are written here in vertical one. So we are going to add these all probabilities for getting at least one head. So it's 1 over 4 plus 1 over 4 plus 1 over 4 is equal to 3 over 4. Okay, now let's move to the next example. It will be quick. We have already done this one. So three beads are there, red, blue, and green. And again, we are going to draw three beads. That one bead out of the bag and replacing it, and then again uh, drawing another bead. So this will be a tree diagram. This will be a combination. And when we write the probabilities, then this will be a probabilities. And these will be a combinations. So in these combination, the first one is red and red. So this red and red is the product of 0.3 and 0.3. Then second one is red and blue. So this second combination is red and blue, which is the product of 0.3 and 0.2. Then this one red and green. So this third combination is red and green, which is the product of 0.3 and 0.5. Then same we are going downward, blue and red, blue and blue, blue and green, and these all combinations, the probabilities of these all combinations can be calculated by multiplying the individual probabilities. We just use the decimals here instead of fractions in this one. So if someone wants to write 3 over 10 instead of 0.3, then he can write. Okay, now we are going to find out the probability of first marble is green. So this one is simple, 0.5. And second marble is green. Any confusion with first marble is green? This is the last thing. This will take just a minute. We are going to finish this one after this example. So any confusion with this? First marble is green. So the probability of first green marble is written here, 0.5. Right? And second marble is green. So for second green marble, we have to consider all the cases in which the second green marble is possible. So this and this, and I missed one here. So this should also be included. This should also be included. Okay, any confusion with this one? Okay, no marble is blue. So for no marble is blue, we are going to consider these cases, these three blue cases. So in these three blue cases, all the marbles are of other color, either red or green, but not blue. So this should be the result. Any confusion with this one? Okay, now that's your home assignment. Uh, you should try question number 1 till question number 5 of exercise 3C. And then from question number 6, we will, inshallah, do it in the next class. So the next class will be on Monday. So see you all guys on Monday. Till then, Allah Hafiz.